and getting mentally prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. The soaring CN Tower is seen from the waters of Lake Ontario, along with the rest of beautiful downtown Toronto. Our setting today. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brett Baird. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Aldridge.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, DA. Thank you. Look at our matchup tonight, Brent. It's somewhat rare now to have two teams that operate so well with their back to the basket.
Interesting to have multiple options down there on the post, and more, Kevin, we're seeing it sometimes not even be the center position. It could be a wing player that on any given night has the physical advantage down there. So
exactly.
Defensively, how are these guys going to cope with that? Are there going to be double teams from the bottom, double teams from the top? Are they going to come on the first or second dribble? Let's take a look at that tonight.
A lot of moving parts. Here are the five for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley out there with Irving. Then there's Embiid. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Bogut in at center. And for the Raptors, Bledsoe is out there with Doncic. Then it's Simmons. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Adams in at the five. Now here's Bledsoe, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Doncic passes to Simmons. 5 to shoot. And Adams kicks to Bledsoe from deep three-point range. The shot comes out, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. Covington wide open. He fires. The three-pointer is right on target.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverley trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Here's Bledsoe. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Andrew Bogut. And Brent, when you watch Eric Bledsoe go to the rim, you just have to admire what an incredible finisher he is.
Well, Bledsoe, I think, has always relied on the fact that his physical stature, not in terms of his height at 6'1", but his width and strength allows him to go in there and be a bit of a bulldog, to get contact and to make things happen. So never has shied away from that.
First one falls for him.
He's just such a bulldog out there in terms of his mentality. Eric Bledsoe can get assertive, and when he does that, it raises the level of play for the entire team.
And Eric Bledsoe drops them both. Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
Now here's Beverley after Luka Doncic's miss. Now here's Beverley. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Golden State. Here's Irving. And it's off the back rim, no good. The Raptors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Doncic, up and in, off to an efficient start, 2 for 3 from the field.
And showing he's got a few tricks up his sleeve there. Doncic's handles are very impressive.
Embiid finds Irving. From the line, count the basket. Irving's got his second basket of the game. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Bledsoe passes to Doncic. Fires the 3. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Seems like everyone's taking long threes these days, but Doncic has natural power in those legs, generates range with ease.
Offensive rebound, Irving. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And I know he was pleased with his foul shooting last year. How about 87% from the line?
And he makes the first.
I feel like Kyrie is just never afraid of the challenge in front of him. Tougher the situation, seems like the tougher he plays.
Both free throws good for Irving.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Simmons feeling it out a bit. Right side Aldridge. Bledsoe outside. From the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bledsoe's got 5 now.
All right, Bledsoe showing you a little bit of his range.
Fires from 14, and the shot is long.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Doncic, no good. Clippers trail by 3. Pass to Bogut. Covington in the corner. Here's Embiid. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Bogut kicks to Embiid. From deep. And it's Beverly missing.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And here's Beverly after Luka Doncic hitting the 3. Beverly finds Embiid, and right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now it's a shootout.
Now here is Aldridge. And Doncic, here we go. Outside Covington. The pass to Embiid. He kicks to Bogut. Here's Irving. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Opening night, Brent, always exciting. Technically, every team is undefeated with a lot of hope.
You're just fired up. I mean,
I am fired.
The NBA never stops, Kevin. We know this, right?
Isn't it great, though? I'm so glad it doesn't stop.
Well, the offseason is just absolutely ridiculously exciting.
So fun.
So much movement and hope for franchises that, you know, have struggled for a long time. And here we go. Hope springs eternal. It's opening night.
And the first one at the line is good. And Toronto will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Adams. Ibaka comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Anthony's checked in for Ben Simmons. And Walker's subbed in for Doncic. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Ingram, he's checked in for Bogut. Wiggins comes in for Robert Covington. Zach LaVine's checked in for Patrick Beverly. And Ball subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Now, here's Ball. Wiggins outside. On the wing, LaVine. Over Bledsoe, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And there's Ibaka. That's good on the assist by Walker.
Yeah, high percentage look there for Ibaka. He can be automatic in there when given room.
Ball against Walker. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Ball kicks to Wiggins. From downtown. Ball no good. Toronto leading by 5. Tipped away. And it's McGee with the jam.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
Passes it to Embiid. Ingram against McGee. McGee with the block. Anthony looking it over. The shot, no good. Good D by Embiid.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence. The second overall pick back in 2016, Brandon Ingram has shown us flashes. But whether it's defense or offense, still a ways to go.
This is his first free throw of the game. And he knocks down the first one.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better.
Both free throws good for Ingram. Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for Toronto. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Ibaka. Over Ingram. That shot off the mark. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Last time they met was in Toronto, where they beat the Raptors.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
It was definitely that defense that carried them to that huge win that night. You have to figure they'll be primed to wreak even more havoc here in this one.
Here's Walker after the made shot from Zach LaVine. And again, Toronto no up. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Toronto Raptors. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we'll be back with you shortly. One of the league's stars, Kyrie Irving, had this to say about his competition.
2011, I came into a league where the point guard position was still being revolutionized, and now guys are solidifying that spot every single year. There are young guys coming in, but now we have established point guards that are franchise-changing point guards. And for me, having that competitive drive every single game, I know I'm going against an elite point guard every single game. So I think that now coming into the league, it's a lot different than it was before.
Some say, Greg, a golden age at the point guard position.
Yeah, and Irving right there with the best of them. He embraces the challenge.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got LaVine, Joel Embiid out there with Brandon Ingram. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Wiggins in at the three, the small forward. Shot's good by Walker.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
Yeah, hard to stop it there if you're the big man. That's just too good a shot and great concentration.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
You don't want to give Bledsoe an open lane. That's inviting some trouble.
There's a lot of talk, Brent, about eliminating divisions, something that's been discussed. Do you ever think that's going to happen?
I don't understand what the divisions are. Do you?
Well, no. We don't pay attention to the divisions.
We don't pay any attention to the divisions.
It's all about conference.
And we know that divisions end up helping with, in some ways, with the playoff seedings, but it just seems strange today to have the divisions the way they are divided up. I think it helps when you're opening up a fish wrap in the morning if you check a traditional newspaper, but otherwise there could be something that goes away soon.
That one is no good. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Doncic is checked in for Eric Bledsoe. Substitution. Luka Doncic. Ibaka wishes to Walker. Kicks it to Doncic. Floats one up. Just 4 to shoot. And that one's good, Anthony.
quick fire on that shot. Melo, the catch and shoot jumper. No defense for that play.
To the inside. Here's Levine. That one's not going to go. Nice D from Doncic. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Good D by Embiid.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it. Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Steven Adams, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. LaMarcus Aldridge comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Simmons subbed in for Anthony. Andrew Bogut checked in for the Clippers. Kyrie Irving comes in for Lonzo Ball. Well, you just watch Levine play, and you can see the athleticism he possesses. Greg just explodes anytime he wants to.
And guys, with Levine, the speed and first step have always been there for him. But you can see the strength he's added to his game since his rookie year whenever he goes at the rim.
Well, it was the Raptors winning their last game against the Utah Jazz. Bogut the pass to Wiggins. Dishes it to Levine. Banked in off the glass. Levine's got 11 points. Now about 3 minutes gone in his second quarter of basketball. On the wing, Doncic. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. He's got 12.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And the shot is good. The Raptor lead has been cut back down to 3 after the basket from Irving. Irving against Walker. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
A different look for the Clippers. Robert Covington comes in for Brandon Ingram. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Andrew Wiggins. And it's in there. 6 points for Kemba Walker.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Outside Irving. Covington finds Levine. Doncic comes with the double team. Covington, and he slams it one-handed.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Shot's good by Walker. And the Raptors lead by 5.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Beverley and out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
And checking out the stats for Walker. Last season, he played outstanding. Averaged about 25 points per game. 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And guys, he can just explode for points anytime he steps on the court.
Well, he looks to score, and he looks to score often.
There's the triple. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists in the game. Irving against Walker. A 3. No good that time. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Doncic left side. With the floater, and it's good on the layup. And now it's a 10-point Raptor lead.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard. some numbers for Steven Adams. A very nice season for him last year. 6th in field goal percentage, 16th in rebounding. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency shooting last season, top 10 in the league, his dead-eye shooting creates so many opportunities for that offense. Now here's Irving. 8 points for him. 4 on the clock. Can they get it? It's rebounded by Doncic.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, love the aggressive play here from Adams. He gets the shot he wants, and now another opportunity to challenge himself at the free throw line.
For Toronto, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. That free throw, no good. Each team has a catalyst, Brent. Some guys are ball dominant. Their play within the flow of the offense. Is there one approach better than the other?
Obviously, great coaches, Kevin, are going to find what it is that their best player does well. And as many times as I could get my best player into that situation, that's what I'm going to do. So if it's Harden in isolation, James Harden's going to be in isolation. If it's Steph Curry setting off-ball screens and relocating for threes, well, I'm going to do that too. So it all comes down to a fit with the player, his skill set, and how the coach wants to use that best.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Now here's Simmons following the miss by Kemba Walker. It's good from long range. Walker's got the lead up to 12 now for Toronto.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Outside, Levine. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Knocks it loose. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons. And a chance now to look at the schedule coming up for the Toronto Raptors. On Saturday, it'll be the Detroit Pistons coming into town. Then on Monday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Golden State Warriors. Down low, Adams, some nice D. Raptors leading by 12. Good D by Irving. Stolen by Walker. Inside, Covington with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Beverly. It's rebounded by Doncic. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Toronto. And at home for the next game, it'll be Detroit pulling into town. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. No coverage that time. And the Raptors lead by 14.
Well, LaMarcus is so good with those feet right there. Excellent there in the catch and shoot situation.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Irving with the ball. To halt the run, drills it from outside. Irving's got 11 points.
I know Kyrie is one of the best finishers in the league, but trust me, he enjoys the 3 ball.
That'll do it for the first half. Raptors lead by 13. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Carmelo, you got some real numbers off the bench in the first half. How important is that contribution to the team?
Well, I mean, we always believe that we have one of the better benches in the NBA. And when they come to play like we're playing so far, you know, it makes it a tough game, it makes it a tough team to beat. And, you know, just hoping we can keep that up.
I'm sure it puts confidence in you and in the coach going into the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. We saw Kemba Walker lighting it up in the first half. He had 16 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Raptors.
I'm happy for Kemba Walker. I really am. You know, we've all seen the work he's put in. We knew coming out of college he had the heart of a champion. Now he has the complete game of a champion.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Clippers.
They need to break it down. And I look at the individual areas that they're struggling, like they're getting pounded. I mean pounded, Ernie, on the boards. That's a hustle stat.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Kemba Walker.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Aldridge out there with Ben Simmons. Then there's Bledsoe. Then there's Doncic. And it's Adams in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Just such a great, aggressive, and confident scoring option right there in the interior.
Now here's Beverly. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Irving drives in. Here's Embiid. His three-pointers off the mark. Here's Simmons. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Irving kicks to Bogut. 5 on the clock. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
It's Covington on the wing. Aldridge is covering. Back to Beverly. That's tipped. This one for 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Aldridge has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Again, floor vision from Eric Bledsoe makes dishing that basketball look easy.
And the Clippers call time here.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Changes for Toronto. JaVale McGee's checked in for Steven Adams. Baca comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And Anthony subbed in for Ben Simmons. The Clippers also changing it up. Ingram, he's checked in for Robert Covington. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Patrick Beverly. And Ball subbed in for Irving. Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. Third is JaVale McGee.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
And he makes the first. Brent, a lot of teams are paying that luxury tax, and that is a tough thing for a lot of owners to swallow. Is this the best method to deter teams from going over the cap and overspending and outspending smaller markets?
You're hitting the nail on the head, Kevin, because there are some teams, as much as you said it's tough for some teams to swallow, there are other teams that never see that pill.
Right.
And they're willing to go as far as they need to go in order to put a championship team on the floor. It seems to be working, but the question you have for me, was it a deterrent right now? I don't know if it's as significant as it needs to be. We know the repeater tax certainly hurts some teams, but there are still teams that are willing to spend, Kevin. And that's really tough on small market teams who want to avoid that at all costs.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Here's Doncic. Offensive rebound. Clippers trail by 15. Here's Ball. At Ball's nice feed that time from Wiggins. Ball's got his first 2 points.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Pass to Embiid. Clippers moving the ball around. And the pass to Ball. The dish to Embiid. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
And looking at some numbers for Wiggins, how he did last season. Last season, he averaged 18 points per, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Levine's checked in. Now here's Ingram. After the miss from JaVale McGee. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Levine.
And masterful possession from Levine. He's so lethal at shooting once he catches it.
Now here's Bledsoe. 10 points for him. Doncic off the left rim and out. The feed to Ingram. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Ingram's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, and the defense has been on their back heels with the way they've been running the ball up the floor.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by the Clippers.
Now here's Wiggins. Embiid wide open. And the 3 off target.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Bledsoe passes to Anthony. Goes up on the wing. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. And now it's a 12-point Toronto lead on the wing. Levine. Here's the teardrop. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Embiid. Great showing for him last season. 2nd in rebounding, 4th in scoring, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And looking back at last season, his complete dominance on the boards to rank number 2 overall. Absolutely remarkable. Here's Ibaka, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on Los Angeles.
And the defender overcommits a little bit. Ibaka too quick for him on that move. Earns a trip to the line.
First free throw is good.
One of the best free throw shooting bigs in the league, but that wasn't always the case for Ibaka. He has put in a ton of work.
Kemba Walker is checked in for the Raptors. Ibaka hits both of them. Clippers trail by 14. Now Ball outside Levine. pass the ball. The tray. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Up again. It's good on the putback. And the Raptors lead by 16.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Looking to end the run. Embiid, no good. And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for Toronto. He dishes it to Bledsoe. Begins with the block. Ingram wide open, and the Clippers miss again.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And slam dunk by Ingram.
And at 6'9", Ingram is constantly on the prowl for these dunks. An incredible athlete who just finishes with ease near the hoop.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Feeds it to Embiid. Excellent D that time there from McGee.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Walker's shot is off.
Well, defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
And that one's good. Ingram.
And ball sets up his teammates, and when they're open, quick to whip it around. One of the best ball movers in the league.
From deep three-point range, and so it's Toronto in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. Back right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Embiid. Kyrie Irving is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Ingram in at the three.
And you always know what you're going to get from Walker from the line. He's been a solid, consistent free throw shooter his entire career.
And the first one drops. Kemba Walker hits them both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Walker against Irving. He doesn't hit that one. So the Raptors will take it the other way.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Clippers trail by 18 to the paint. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And it's Beverly missing.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Of course, Dirk Nowitzki spent his whole career with the Dallas Mavericks. We don't see that much anymore, do we? From the beginning to the end with one team.
No, but I think we're going to still occasionally have anomalies like we did with Reggie being in Indiana for the years of his playing career. Nate McMillan was in Seattle for his playing career, now coach of the Indiana Pacers. So there will be times where we'll have that once or twice. It's not going to happen very much, Kevin.
Not in today's
not in
NBA.
today's game, and not with what's at stake.
Here's Covington following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. A nice shot by Irving.
I don't know how he does it, but Kyrie does such a great job to get deep position and convert, separating himself from other point guards in the league with that finishing ability.
And it's Aldridge missing. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
Lead passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride. So full speed, 2 points.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Bledsoe, difficult to handle when he's going up to shoot. He finds his way to get the defense to foul him. Such a good, strong point guard.
The first free throw is good. And the Raptors making a change here. Doncic is checked in. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Bogut's checked in. And so he makes both from the line.
And one difference this have is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You ever see that happening?
It'd be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing instead of an all-star weekend to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
The kids play that in high school. They play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point. Simmons finds Aldridge. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Doncic.
What a defender Beverly is. He's just so active down there. The hands, the feet. He's just a menace.
And it's sent back by Aldridge. Outside, Simmons. Knocked away. Pass to Aldridge. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 6 assists in the game.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
Yeah, the body language right now is not looking good for this basketball team. The game might be out of reach, but they have to avoid mistakes like that.
You know, Brent, how candid can players be in their answers in the post-game interviews about what has happened or what they're feeling at that time? In other words, is there a danger to being too honest as a player?
There could be, Kevin. I mean, anytime you express some of your vulnerabilities, and if it's done at the right time, somebody's going to take advantage of it. What we've seen over the past couple years is, forget about when it is that the media is asking you questions. Most players are taking it to their social media accounts where they're able to get the message out without being baited by somebody with regards to a question. They can expound on whatever it is that they're feeling at that time, and that helps them to control the messaging a little bit more. And I think that trend is going to continue and continue to grow.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
Here's Irving. Pass to Beverly. And bird rights an important element in structuring the salary cap. Can you tell the viewers exactly what that means?
What it means, Kevin, is you have the ability to go into the above the tax to sign your own player, and so it doesn't cost you in terms of tax dollars. So if the player finishes his season, you have bird rights on that player. You can negotiate a number that's not going to impact your bottom line and cut into your salary cap. So very important when teams are maneuvering around and trying to get players on their roster for a season or two, that after that second season or third season over, that the bird rights still remain for them to extend him even further to keep him around the culture.
That's good from Bledsoe.
And this team will make you pay when they get chances at the free throw line. It's helped them pull ahead here today.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Clippers trail by 19. Irving kicks to Beverly. And they double up Embiid. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
Bledsoe outside. Floats one. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's Beverly. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
Beverly showing off a little bit of a teardrop. Didn't know he had that.
Simmons passes to Doncic. And here is Adams. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Aldridge. Tries yet again. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Embiid.
Well, so smooth in everything he does. Aldridge with the little up fake, and the defender overcommits. He takes advantage.
Taking 2 shots. Two.
The first one falls.
And making the most of their opportunities at the line here in the second half.
Walker's checked in for the Raptors. And so LaMarcus Aldridge nails them both.
Interesting to see how LaMarcus Aldridge has embraced more and more of a leadership role with this team. He knows he has what it takes to guide this team to higher heights.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
17. Shooting for Los Angeles. Kyrie Irving. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving. He hits both from the stripe.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Doncic outside. Back to Simmons. Shot clock at 6. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Walker. 12 points for Aldridge.
The attacking, aggressive mindset. You get it right there from Aldridge. In that area, he's focused, and he scores.
Irving, good.
He's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. It's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
Doncic passes to Simmons. Back to Doncic. Good. Nice job down low. And the Raptors lead by 19.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a non-stop parade to the foul line.
We've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kemba Walker.
He deserves a lot of credit, but the D they played on him deserves a little bit of the blame as well. Even when he got hot, they didn't do enough, I don't think, to try and cool him off. And they've been passive when they've needed to be aggressive, and boy, did he make them pay.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. For three, and another three for the Clippers.
Yeah, put some students in the classroom, because that's exactly how you move the ball. Kyrie terrific at spotting the open man, and then you got to get it to him.
Stolen by Beverly. And Adams sends it back. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Raptors.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game, and I think tonight we saw that.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And it looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Walker.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in, and if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
That free throw good from Doncic.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game. That Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. JaVale McGee's checked in for Steven Adams. Ibaka comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And Anthony subbed in for Simmons. The Clippers also making some changes. Andrew Wiggins, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Patrick Beverly. Now, here's Ball. Bogut kicks to Irving. Wiggins outside. Lock at 6. On the wing, Irving. Irving double team. The offensive rebound. Rejected by Walker. Doncic against Ball. Now, here's Doncic. Tight defense on him. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Serge, big win tonight. Now, people may think you have some easy games on the schedule, but you did not play easy tonight.
Because we know where we want to go, you know. That's why we was focused tonight. We're going to finish strong.
And it was a strong performance, Serge. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.